ever. It's a big deal because I don't like what I saw on that last shot. LeBron James drives, draws an entire team to him, kicks it out to Anthony Davis, who shoots a wide open three. That is not how the Lakers are going to win the championship, with Anthony Davis shooting threes. That's Danny Green's job. That's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's job. I understand that Anthony Davis hit about 4 threes last night, but that's not his job. At 6'10", 6'11", walking around averaging 28 and 12. That's how you win championships, okay? Anthony Davis and the Los Angeles Lakers are not going to win if you're shooting threes.
What's going on, basketball fans? Wow. Game 2 of the Lakers vs. Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals was one of the best games this entire postseason. In this video, I will break down the fourth quarter of this game, detailing the good and the bad things each team did that ultimately culminated in the biggest shot of Anthony Davis's career. In the fourth, the Lakers were up by 4. Since the Nuggets won the jump ball to start the game, they began the fourth with possession of the ball. Coming out of the break, Coach Mike Malone made an interesting substitution. Instead of inserting his usual backup point guard, Monte Morris, he turned to PJ Dozier, a young player off the bench who hadn't gotten many minutes throughout these playoffs. Both teams came out sloppy to begin the quarter. On this play here, Plumlee fouls Caruso trying to get post positioning. On the next play, the Lakers try to get LeBron free off a rub screen by Rondo, but a fading three-pointer by LeBron James is something the Nuggets have no problem giving up. The next play down for Denver, Murray attacks the middle, passes to Craig, who passes to MPJ, who then tries to rise up over Caruso for the shot, only to get swatted. This is not a surprise considering Caruso is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, and for the postseason is ranked 6th out of all players in defensive rating. Off the out-of-bounds play, the Lakers give up a drive to Dozier into the paint, and he passes out to Murray for the wide-open three. He misses, but MPJ is there to tip it back in. The refs missed an obvious goaltend, but you can't expect perfection, so play on. However, this drive by Dozier is a bit of foreshadowing for the events to come in the fourth. Again, another sloppy play by the Lakers as Caruso tries to force the switch and gets called for the holding foul. Two minutes into the fourth, and the Lakers were still having a hard time finding any kind of flow. LeBron calls for the ISO post-up on Murray, and when Denver doubles, he skips it cross-court to Caruso. With Plumlee on the floor for Denver, they are able to rotate much faster, and Rondo is forced to throw it to Kuzma in the corner for a contested three-pointer. Denver is too good offensively to go many possessions without scoring, and Murray is able to draw a foul from Rondo on his drive. On the first Lakers score of the quarter, LeBron finds Kuzma cross-court after some off-ball action, and Kuzma drives and kicks back to LeBron, who somehow is able to convert this and-one layup. However, if we reverse the tape and go back to see how this was all able to happen, we see that due to Kuzma's shooting capabilities and Markieff being the one setting the off-ball screen, Plumlee is forced to run to the perimeter, and thus LeBron is able to attack without any fear of a shot blocker. Next Denver possession, they run a handoff for Dozier, who probes the lane and makes a gorgeous alley-oop pass to Plumlee for the dunk. Another time Denver is able to score based off of Dozier's aggressiveness. The next possession down, LeBron gets doubled off the Kuzma screen, so he finds Kuz with the behind-the-back pass. However, Kuz is unable to slow his momentum, and Dozier draws the charge. You could tell Dozier's plays really helped Denver come back in this game. The game began to intensify when the two teams' best players stepped back onto the floor. The remainder of the game was essentially a Jokic versus AD battle, but not before the Lakers guards had something to say about that. Also, before that, another Dozier play that even had him flexing on the potential defensive player of the year in Anthony Davis. Something that must have been even more demoralizing for Denver is their perfect defense on this possession, which forced KCP to burp up a contested three that swished in. Might have been a sign that last second threes were going in for the Lakers. This is when the battle of the bigs began. On consecutive possessions, both bigs posted up and made moves to get fouled, along with making both of their free throws. After multiple empty possessions by both teams, the Lakers are finally able to score after LeBron drives and kicks to AD for this ridiculous step-back three. Such a big shot, both to quell the momentum of Denver and for another shot he would hit later on in the game. After the timeout, Denver runs a pick and roll for Murray and Jokic, and when Dwight Howard bottles up the Murray drive, he kicks to Jokic for this rainbow swish. On the next play, Denver is able to force LeBron into an air ball three. LeBron played one of the worst halves I've ever seen him play in this second half. After multiple scoreless possessions, Denver runs their patented Murray-Jokic pick and roll, and Jokic is able to nail this three right in AD's face. Denver gets a stop and gets one of the most improbable shots in recent history to go down, with Jokic guiding this Murray air ball. After such a terrible fourth quarter, I'm confused as to why Jokic decided to show so much help at LeBron and leave AD with so much room to work with on the other side, which led to the easy bucket. Now it's the Lakers' turn to make a defensive mistake. As Jokic backs AD down, why does no one double or even flash a double team at Jokic? This leads to the easy hook over AD for the Denver lead. On the Lakers' possession, they hunt the Murray-LeBron matchup and get the switch. Why they chose Murray over Jokic is confusing to me, but nonetheless, LeBron draws two defenders and finds KCP. KCP chooses to pass to Caruso even though AD is wide open in the corner next to him. Caruso misses and the Lakers are fortunate to get the ball with 2 seconds left in the game. The next play was an ode to Kobe Bryant as AD cold rips this bucket to give the Lakers a 2-0 lead. Many people were quick to blame AD's man, Plumlee, on the blown coverage. However, through further investigation, look at this exchange between Grant and Plumlee before the ball was inbounded. Look how Grant signals to Plumlee to switch if LeBron cuts to the basket. As the play progresses and AD wraps on the perimeter, Plumlee goes to switch, but Grant does not realize the play as he is face guarding LeBron and therefore AD is able to get wide open. Brilliant play by LeBron to stand still but confused both defenders in the process. This was the Nuggets' chance to make it an interesting series, but AD had other plans. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'ma catch y'all later.